Suddenly, all of the major newspapers and television stations are covering the violence that has erupted this week in Haiti. That's odd because they usually ignore Haiti. And then at the same time, the United Nations holding a Security Council meeting and once again pushing for the invasion of Haiti. Not surprising, we're hearing from the United Nations with all of this international coverage of this gang violence which has erupted this week. So what in the world is happening in Haiti? Is it all part of propaganda narrative? Dan Cohen, our redacted correspondent in Washington, joins us now. Dan, what's going on in Haiti? First of all, let's start with the violence. What happened here?
Well, the videos are pretty gruesome, and anyone who wants to see them can just look on Twitter or Telegram, look on social media. We're not going to show them here, but so people understand what actually happened. 14 suspected gang members, reported gang members, were found in a public transportation vehicle in the Port-au-Prince neighborhood of Canapé Vert. The police were tipped off and found weapons, ammunition with these gang members, and they arrested them, took them into the police substation, but a mob, the people outside, actually entered the police station, took them into the street, overpowered them, took them into the street, killed them, and then burned their bodies. So it's a very gruesome scene, but this is essentially what is happening now as the situation in Haiti continues to deteriorate. There's no the state services are lacking, hardly existent, and the police are weak and overwhelmed and incapable of really taking on the gang problem. So people are essentially taking their own safety and well-being into their own hands. Often it gets ugly and messy. It's sort of vigilante or mob justice. And it's the kind of thing that typically happens in the Haitian countryside in years and decades past, where there has been little state services and little security. So when someone was involved in criminal activity, then the people would get together and essentially do exactly what we saw happen in Port-au-Prince. So not terribly surprising, but absolutely pretty horrifying images. But this is, again, what we can come to expect. There's also, we can look at an incident back in June of 2022. There's a police commissar named Jean-Ernest Muscadin who he executed a criminal on the spot. So with just the weakening of the state and the police overall, this is what inevitably kind of happens. At the same time, that happened on Monday morning, and on Wednesday, the UN Security Council met to discuss Haiti, and you had the usual suspects: the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, and the UN Secretary General representative, all pushing for intervention, a military intervention in Haiti. Listen.
I would like to emphasize the urgent need for deployment, authorized by the Security Council, of an international specialized force.
The Haitian government and its people have asked for international support to address violence and insecurity.
All the people that we have spoken to in Haiti, as well as agencies outside, have emphasized this one point: the restoration of security.
We recognize the need for a response to Haiti's request for further international assistance.
France issues an urgent appeal here to the international community to ratchet up its efforts. Insecurity in Port-au-Prince has reached levels comparable to those of an armed conflict.
So when did the Haitian people, Dan, say, yes, we want intervention? Because our coverage, your coverage in Port-au-Prince, interviewing the people on the street, says they absolutely don't want any U.S. or Canadian intervention, boots on the ground, U.S. military showing up in their country. They just don't want U.S. meddling. They don't want Canadian meddling in their country. So did I miss something here? Did the Haitian people vote to say, yes, please come invade our country?
Yeah, the U.S. and Canadian representatives are completely making up that the Haitian people ever put out any kind of, it was ever put to a vote. Do we want to be invaded by a foreign country? No, that never happened. So that's completely false. And the Haitian government, they said, that requested military intervention, well, it's unelected. It has no popular support. In fact, it's incredibly unpopular. So you have the government of the de facto prime minister, Ariel Henry, who requested foreign military intervention back in October, and he's a puppet of the U.S. So, the United States is firstly lying about what the Haitian people have said, because they never said they want foreign military intervention, and then having, their puppet say, oh yes, my puppet wants military intervention, so therefore the Haitians want military intervention. So a total canard.
Yeah, total canard, total lie. And of course, he's a puppet of the West, so he's going to do their bidding. What is the end game? What is the goal of the United States and Canada in this, and the UK as well, to come in there to, we've talked about before, I imagine it's to pilfer resources, to keep cheap labor under the thumb of the Western powers, and basically destabilize and run this country? Am I wrong about that? Is that a small summation of what we want?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, they want to maintain the status quo. The old colonial powers are now neocolonial powers in Haiti. They want sweatshop labor. They want resources. They want to keep people down. And when they begin to organize a little bit, well, it's time to come in with the hammer to make sure that they continue to live in extreme poverty and filth and in desperation. So, behind all of these calls for, we need to help the people of Haiti, are calls are really to maintain the status quo. And that's actually what the Russian mission to the UN said. They said that the situation in Haiti, which is undeniably horrible, is actually a result of U.S. Western neocolonialism. So take a listen to that.
We cannot impose solutions imposed from local Haitian reality, as has often been the case. We see brazen attempts to interfere in the political process in Haiti by using unilateral sanctions against individuals not to the liking of some. The crisis, of Haitian statehood is to a large extent the outcome of outside political engineering and neo-colonial policy. Fixing the situation this way is not an option.
So that's what the Russian delegation was saying. That's clearly not something that they wanted to hear, that the result of the violence there, the reason for this violence, is because of Western meddling in this country. Something, though, I wanted to talk about, which struck me, is like I have friends sharing these articles with me about the violence this week in Haiti. There's never any coverage of this normally, right? This is radio silence. Why this week? Why coverage of this particular event this week? Suddenly we're getting coverage, and then the UN holds the special meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I think on one hand, it's those the videos of the lynchings went viral, and okay, it's easy news media coverage, but I think there is an agenda at play where the Western media wants, which is essentially U.S. regime media, wants to show the chaos and instability and wanton violence and killings that, to show that Haiti cannot handle its own affairs internally and needs foreign intervention. It needs, the U.S. and the U.K. and Canada and the United Nations to come in and, wipe out the gangs and set things straight. Though, of course, the U.S. and the U.K. and Canada and these powers don't actually want to take out the criminal gangs. They want to take out the one group that is actually resisting against them, which is the G9, which we've covered extensively, led by Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier, who the US and UK, Canada, the EU, and the UN have all sanctioned and targeted, the only so-called gang leader they've targeted. And they want to take him out because he represents this organization among Haitians against the criminal activity, kidnapping, robbery, looting, this kind of thing. So you compare this fixation in the media on this event to the total silence on events like the massacre in Delma 6 in Lower Delma that I showed along with my Haiti Liberté colleagues, that we showed in our documentary Another Vision. Watch this segment.
Nou, epi menm kote anou nan kay la, Après nous fait fin faut manger n'a manger. Moi chita gros jour dimanche. M'a prend petit soupe. Moi 10 garçons entre sur moi azam.
Levé m'a fait manger pour yo et quand ça méchant yo entré sous nous, yo tiré sous nous.
Et puis là nous garder nous y envahit sous nous, y a tiré sous nous et puis nous tout prend courir. Sujet. Nèg belé, ensemble nèg Saint-Martin, nèg El Maya. Yo pote sous nous, yo assassiné nous, yo boule kay nous. 6 juin, yo boule kay moi. M'a sauvé rien.
So there we heard from victims of a massacre perpetrated by segments of the Haitian National Police, supported by the United States, and in concert with gang members that we never ever hear about. So we get a totally kind of distorted image of what's going on in Haiti, and this is typical of Western media when it wants to manufacture consent for military intervention, regime change, whatever its kind of plans for the country are.
Well, you're not going to see this coverage anywhere else in the mainstream media. Dan Cohen, who's been covering this story for us for a long time now, thank you so much reporting on the violence and the UN moves in Haiti. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Clayton.
Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.